There's a weird bit in this in the first verse. I don't know why this is in here. Did you listen? You can hear a guy talking. You know who that is?
No.
It's from a Cheech and Chong movie.
Brent.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Look at that hairdo. I love it. Oh, you can't see it.
Yeah, no, you know what? That was a mistake. 1 second.
Wait. I want to see if I can do that too. Oh.
Almost forgot my hat. I know sometimes I don't wear a hat, but
I can't get mine.
Were you going to do this?
That was high.
Oh, nice. That was high. I know. Meet the Deedles? Did you ever see the movie Meet the Deedles?
No.
No.
What is
Nobody that? Probably. It's pretty.
The Deedles?
The Deedles. Meet the Deedles. Yeah. It was Paul Walker, R.I.P.
Yes.
He was in it with one of the, I don't know, this other guy. I don't know who it was, but.
The other guy?
It was the other guy. That's who he was. So. Anyways, it was kind of like one of those stupid funny movies, and their hair looked like that. I don't know.
Wow.
That's not what I was going for. I don't know what I was going for. I hadn't seen you in so long. We had to miss last week. I was away. I was working. I was Brentless for a week, and I was like, what am I going to learn here? I learned nothing. Over the last 2 weeks.
Oh, buddy. It was a good break for me, wasn't it?
It was a good break for you. All right. Well, that's
from me.
Here.
From me.
From you. I said for you. No.
Break.
Never. I mean, we shoot text messages back and forth, but it's not the same.
So you're going to be coming here between now and Christmas, I understand.
Yeah, I mean, that's the plan.
Well, there's a lot of alcohol here behind me.
Oh, wow. Look at all that stuff. I never noticed that before. Wow. Look at that. Look at it. Oh, yeah, your little grenade bottle of Blanton's that you never got me. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's the Christmas season.
I was going to say, you are festive, man. Like, look at that.
You have to. The whole house is decorated.
Where do you put that stocking?
Which one? Where do I put it? What the hell is wrong with you?
You come out like the Red Hot Chili Peppers at Christmas time with that thing, Brent?
You're a dirtbag. There's two of them. There's another one there, too.
There's the second one. Good. So you put them on your feet is what I was getting at. You wear them as socks.
Exactly what I do.
Right.
That's what you're implying, right?
That's exactly what I was implying.
Yeah, good for you.
You ready for Christmas? Are you ready? What time is it? So, we're recording this December 1st, but this episode is out on the 15th. So you ready? You ready? Today's the 15th?
Yeah, I was out yesterday, actually.
Oh,
I went to, this is cool, in Toronto. If you know Toronto, I went into Union. So I'm in Brooklyn. I took the train in, got off at Union Station, went up to Bloor and shopped around there. Had lunch at Eataly, which is great. I don't know if you know Eataly. You got to go there, man. If you're an Italian food person, it's called Eataly, Eataly.
But if you're Italian, don't go. But if you're an Italian food person, go.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. For like guys like me. What do they call those guys? Manjas?
Manja cakes, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. And then I went to the Eaton Center, and then I took the subway to Yorkdale all the way up and then all the way back down to Union and out. It was a long day, man.
Shopping at Bloor and in Yorkdale. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, befriend Mr. Brent Jensen if that's where he goes shopping for Christmas gifts.
That's right.
Get a nice Gucci bag, nice Louis Vuitton.
Maybe a bottle of bourbon.
Just nice little basil. That's awesome. Yeah, that is busy, man. Wow. So you go out.
But I do it once, right? I take a day and I say, okay, so here's the route I'm going to follow, and here are the stores I'm going to hit, and then I'm done. And I mean, there's always going to be like maybe a quick, trip to something local, but like that's
like Home Depot or something. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that's the big one, and that was yesterday. So I'm ready.
Nice. Yeah, we got a mall not far from us. I'll go hit up.
Which one?
A nice little
Upper
walk
Canada?
around. Upper Canada Mall, baby.
Newmarket. I know it.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
It's good. It is a good mall. Like it's nice to have around. But otherwise, I shop at the satanic temple of Amazon.
Oh, I was gonna say Satanic Temple of what?
Honestly, like I have a pack. Like I took a photo, and maybe I'll bring it up here, of like all the packages on my doorstep the other day, because I put a bunch of stuff. Things are getting stolen around here, so I bought like some video cameras.
That's
I bought a video camera. Like I know, so I bought a video camera to put outside.
Porch pirates, people who steal.
Yeah, but except this lately, the news is that somebody's car got stolen, so they're going for more than just the boxes left on your front porch. So, anyways, that's what happened. Yeah. Well, whoa. That's America. So I just bought like a security camera, a wireless security camera that can go up. I'm sure that'll be stolen. But anyway, so I just bought that, and there was a Christmas gift. So my front porch was just full of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do we like, we know Amazon's evil. Like, why am I doing this? Because it's convenient, and we trade convenience for evil. So
see, I like the tradition of actually going out and shopping. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I guess it depends, because it can be an absolute nightmare.
Depending on when you go. That's why I went yesterday. Yeah. Like, I do not wait until, the 22nd or something like that. It's just not, it's stupid.
That was me for a while. But but not anymore. I would never, ever do that. So anyways, good. Well, cool. Hope everybody else is getting ready for Christmas. We still got a couple of episodes, or an episode at least, before we take a little break. But yeah, that's great. Glad you're feeling good about Christmas time. Me too.
I got a lot of fun stuff going on. I'll tell you when you get here.
I love it. Can't wait.
Be an actor in a documentary. It's a little teaser for real. I'm going to play an interview.
It's not a documentary if you're an actor.
Well, I'll tell you when you get here.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's like Bleached. What is it? Soaked in Bleach? Did you ever see that documentary?
No.
Oh, it's the Kurt Cobain.
Is it a mockumentary?
It's like a mock. Well, no. It's a documentary, but they do like the acted scenes. They kind of have like, they're doing interviews with the detective who was who Courtney Love hired to investigate. Simulation. Yeah, and then they have actors portraying the detective. So when the detective's talking about things, they've filmed the
okay,
kind of stuff.
Yeah,
cool, great. Well, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Sweet, can't wait to hear about that.
Yeah,
I bet it'll be a triumph. Huh? Did I get
Rick Emmett's not involved in this one?
No. Okay, I was gonna, am I knocking on the door? Am I? No, got it. Cool. Well, let's get into our little album this week.
Yes, sir. Steve Miller, Mr. Steve Miller.
Yeah, Book of Dreams. This was
what?
Fly Like an Eagle.
Is it Book of Dreams?
No, it was Fly Like an Eagle.
Oh, dude, I was like, oh, you know why? You know what's funny about that? I was sitting here today, you fucker. I was sitting here today going, was it Book of Dreams or was it Fly Like an Eagle? And I went with Fly Like an Eagle. And I was thinking about it. I was listening to the record, and I said, I'm not joking. Right before the show, right before we came on, I thought, if it's Book of Dreams, I'm like, it's not going to be good.
Screwed.
And when you said that, I was like, oh God. So you got me, motherfucker.
Oh, that was good. That's funny. No, Fly Like an Eagle.
Yep.
Fly Like an Eagle by Steve Miller Band. Do very few songs from Steve Miller. And man, when I got into this, and I know this is happening a lot, but so surprised to hear what else this guy
I know,
can do.
Right? See, that is the whole crux of this show. You hear the surface level stuff, right? But there's so much underneath. There's Mercury blues and all kinds of great songs. The Window.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Everybody knows Take the Money and Run. Everybody knows Fly Like an Eagle. But there are so many good deep tracks in a lot of these records, and that's what I love about doing the show. I'm so glad that you're into that.
Yeah, no, I hated this album, but it's really cool to see the difference that it could. No, this was fantastic. This was a great album. This was an awesome listen. It was so different. Like the fact that he does, and I did go in and did listen to Book of Dreams actually as well, because they were essentially recorded at the same time, right? This is kind of like he recorded a lot of these songs. So I did want to take a listen to that, and I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I started listening to most of the first side. But anyways, Fly Like an Eagle, really cool. Like I said, these interesting sort of interludes, preludes, instrumental things I never would have taken Steve Miller for, because like you said, I know Take the Money and Run, I know Rockin' Me, I know The Joker, I know Fly Like an Eagle, and so like that's what Steve Miller's always been to me. And Jet Airliner, but
there are songs like Dance, 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 Serenade. You might not know them by name, but if you heard them, you would probably recognize them.
Yeah, I didn't recognize them.
Oh, okay.
But no, yeah, like that's like, yeah.
The reason I say that is because they're on the Steve Miller, that greatest hits record that everybody played at every party.
I was going to say everybody has probably, eh?
See, that's funny because I used to hate Steve Miller music. When I was in high school, I used to go to parties, and there were a couple of people who were significantly older than me. I think it was like maybe 16, 17. And they were in their 20s, and they all loved Steve Miller. And they would play that record, that Steve Miller Greatest Hits. And I was like, I was into like Iron Maiden and Metallica at the time. I'm like, this is awful. I hate this music. But I was stupid. I didn't open my mind up. No, really. I was so myopic and dumb. And when I got older, I listened to this. I completely missed out on it. It's fantastic music. Like I love Steve Miller now.
Yeah, but I mean, like when you're into those bands, Maiden and the heavier stuff, like this isn't going to appeal to you. Like this, I mean, like unless you're really good at liking all kinds of music, which I guess you could have been. But like when you're into that stuff, like this isn't gonna tickle you where you itch.
It was, we talked about this before. It wasn't a case of the music. It was a case of the environment, right? That I didn't necessarily care for. So it was like people that, maybe weren't necessarily my friends or whatever at these parties. And it was probably the environment that I didn't care for. And the music was kind of the soundtrack to that environment. So I wrote it off before I should have.
Got it. Okay, cool. I get you. Yeah. No, I mean, this was neat. This is good stuff. Great guitar player, great influences. I love the difference in, like you talk about Serenade and Dance, 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 and then you get like then Sweet Marie and You Send Me. Like it's like all these different, like it just goes all over the place on this album, and it's neat. It's nice.
One of my favorite things about this record is the playing is excellent, but it's not overdone, right? Steve Miller learned how to play guitar from people like T-Bone Walker, because this is a funny thing, his dad was a pathologist, so technically a doctor, but also an engineer, like a musical engineer. And so he and his mom, Steve Miller's mom, was a jazz singer, I believe. And so they hung out in these circles where people like Les Paul would be a person who was at parties, or T-Bone Walker showed young Steve Miller how to play behind his back and with his teeth, and they kind of like, guided him on. Steve Miller, when he went to college, he started college and said to his mom, I want to go to Chicago and play blues, because I was talking to T-Bone about it. And Miller's dad was like, what? Like, he looked at him like he was crazy. But then Miller's mom said, well, you should go now if you're going to go. Well, they're still young. And he was like, gone, right? Favorite trail. And so he went, but he apparently didn't like it very much. He was disappointed. He didn't do very well, despite playing with guys like Buddy Guy. And he played with all those dudes. And he came back and he wanted to finish his college degree. So he went to the University of Texas, I believe, or the school in Texas. And then got the bug again and said, I'm going to give this one more go. And he moved to San Francisco. This is in like 67, 68. And started his musical career, formed the Steve Miller Band.
I was just thinking, it had me thinking about the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. I don't know if you know the book, but it just
Love him. Yeah.
basically, yeah, it's a great book about how seemingly people come in these, like, you become famous, or you find yourself in these situations that you become so successful, and it just feels like it just either happened overnight, or like you just got lucky or something like that. And maybe luck plays a part of it, but a lot of it has to do with your opportunities.
Certainly.
Where you find yourself in, and how you take advantage of those opportunities.
Right.
And that just seems to me like what happened with Steve Miller. I'm not saying that he couldn't have possibly found a road to being who he is and creating the music he has, but I mean, just to be in the area of T-Bone Walker or of Les Paul, to be able to be in that environment, to be introduced to them, for them to want to pass on what they know to him, and for like, like that was his opportunity, and he took that opportunity. He could have been like, nah, it's all good, and then not moved with it, right? So there's still a part of that, but what I'm getting at here is, it's like when you find yourself in those spots, in those moments, like that could be like your ticket almost to becoming who you are.
I agree. And that reminded me, as you were describing that situation, I thought about Slash from Guns N' Roses, because somebody asked him in an interview once, he said, well, Guns N' Roses just kind of, took off and became superstars. Like, and they asked him to explain how that came about. And he said, everybody has, a little bit of skill, a little bit of luck, and then there's that X factor that just nobody can control, right? That you're in the right place. He said you're in the right place at the right time, and it just works out for you. But I do agree with you, because he put himself in that place, and he made the most of being in that place. So let's go through the tunes then.
Yeah.
If you will.
Yeah, let's do it. Space intro.
See, they call this space rock, right? Which I think is hilarious, because like there's something very endearing about this. I don't know what it is, but it's like this,
Oh yeah.
And it's I don't know. It just feels like you're floating when you're listening to this.
Oh, totally.
You know what I mean? It's just this trip. Like, it's so great. It's so relaxing.
It was like $150 synthesizer, I think they bought.
What
it was something
that
like piece of crap or something.
No, it's like ARP. What's the name of it? ARP something. And Miller himself played it. They had a keyboard player. I don't remember his name, but he played B3. Yeah. But Steve Miller played what the hell is it called? An ARP, I think. And it was just an analog synthesizer that he played.
Yeah.
And it was cool.
It was cool.
Guitar.
Yeah. So, and a lot of the times they would play this even before Fly Like an Eagle on the radio. They would combine the two to lead into Fly Like an Eagle. You wouldn't just play.
So those first three tunes were intertwined often. So the space intro was considered part of Fly Like an Eagle, almost like the Hellion into Electric Eye kind of thing, like those two songs that are kind of, you don't imagine them as being separable. But also stations would play Wild Mountain Honey after Fly Like an Eagle sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was almost like a segue.
That's cool, because you could mistake that for a completely different band. Mm-hmm. So you could get away with that. Yeah. And now I know that, in albums, it's nice to have sort of this like, it feels like the same album, it feels like the same artist and stuff, but this was neat. Like, you almost thought you were listening to a couple different bands throughout this album. It sounded the same vocally, but
the vocals too. Like, his vocal is so good. There's just this kind of like smooth, velvety aspect for me.
Yep.
About his vocal that it's hip too. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So he's so cool, right? He just comes across as this really cool guy.
Yeah.
To your point, Wild Mountain Honey has this kind of Eastern flavor in my mind, right? Because it's got a kind of a Middle Eastern vibe about it. So it does sound quite different from Fly Like an Eagle. So yeah, it is interesting that they segue those together, but it's very kind of transcendent, It's like very kind of floaty and
as well. Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
So that kind of begs the question as to what Fly Like an Eagle was about. I think there's like a few takes on that song and what it means, or it's about drugs. No, it's about the space lander that landed in the Sea of Tranquility or something. Like there's a few different takes on this.
There are. Interesting note about the song. It was written 3 years earlier with different lyrics. And apparently the lyrics had to do with the eagle flying away from a Native American reservation. They hinted at that. Yeah. And then for some reason, Steve Miller dropped that idea and changed the lyrics around to eliminate that that concept completely.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I was reading up a little bit on it, and a lot of people are like, this is about drugs. It's about being high. It's about,
it's always about drugs. It's about drugs.
Yeah. God
damn it.
I don't know
drugs.
If it's fully about drugs, but maybe it could be. But I mean, if you want to fly, you're flying because you're high. I don't know. But one of the interesting thoughts that I did read about was like this I can't remember what lander it was landing on the moon in the Sea of Tranquility, and that's like, and the eagle has landed, so that's what they're talking about as being the eagle landing, and then fly like an eagle to the sea, and then they talk about the revolution and feed the people, and somebody was talking about how like it's singing about all this money that they're putting on going to outer space, that we're not putting any money towards our own people here, and there's a revolution happening, and but we're not taking care of our own while we go.
I think that you're on to something there. I think that you're right about that, because if you do listen to the lyrics, it does lean that way quite heavily. I don't know the definitive answer, but I think you're right.
Yeah, I like that take. I thought it was a really interesting take, and I never really caught on to the lyrics at the time, like you about the feed the people and the revolution and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's when I read that. Not my take. I read it as comments, but it was. Anyways, I liked it. I like that more than it's about drugs. So, yeah.
That's just the easy, it's about drugs.
Yeah, it's about drugs, man. It's the 70s. What do you think it was about?
Purple haze. It's about drugs. It's drugs.
It's about drugs. Easy.
Yeah. Done. Case closed.
Open and shut case, Johnson. Yeah. Good dude, though. Good.
Very good.
Dude. Classic riff, man. Yeah, so good.
Serenade. What do you think of that one?
Well, did we touch Wild Mountain Honey? We didn't really touch Wild Mountain Honey.
Oh, sorry,
other
not
than
really.
the Indian, but I will say, sorry, just we can jump into Serenade. But
No,
I will say, not a big fan of Wild Mountain Honey.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah,
is it too psychedelic for you?
No, I think it is that like. I was kind of like, not really feeling it. Like it just, like I like that it's different.
Yeah.
But I just don't know that I like it. So I'm just not a big Wild Mountain Honey fan. But that's like it on this album for me, not really enjoying. So.
Oh, really? Yeah. So that's your clunker of the, that's your skipper?
That's my clunker. Yeah.
I would never, I think this is very kind of ethereal, and again, it's almost very representative of the ethos of the record. It's just kind of very loose and floaty.
Oh, yeah.
Again. So
yeah,
with that Middle Eastern vibe too, which is kind of, it reminds me of like George Harrison and the Maharishi business. Right. And that's probably where, that came from. Maybe, I don't know if it did or not, but I don't know. Kind of like it. Yeah.
Good. No, you shouldn't. Yeah, no, it's just it's like my opinion, man. So, Serenade though, this was great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great tune.
Like wow, this song.
Yeah, it's funny because this was not a single, but I think it gets played on the radio quite a bit. Yeah, I used to think it was called Lost in Space for some reason, because I think they say, he says we're lost in space. So. Yeah, it's a great song.
Also, a little Middle Eastern twang in the way that he sings it too, and I think that's one of the things I really liked about Steve Miller, and I just one of the things I liked about Bob Seger too. I didn't say this very much, but what he did with his voice inflection in some songs, was really really awesome. And I think about Ship of Fools, I think mainly from Bob Seger and the way that he moved his voice in that one. And then with this, it's just really cool how Steve Miller just moves, like his vocal tonality up and down. It's neat.
And you know what, Alex? You would not hear this today. The way that he phrases "lost in space." Like, you know, when you singers sing melodies and they try not to hang on one word. I mean, you know, depending on the genre, some genres like to go up and down the register and show off and all that bullshit, right?
We're looking at you, Christina Aguilera. Go on.
I won't say anything, but
you know her. You know her.
No, I don't.
Get her on the show.
No, I don't.
Sorry.
Crap. What was I saying now? Oh,
you wouldn't hear that today.
So Lost in Space.
We're lost in space.
So Lost in Space. Like, it's kind of weird. It's actually brave that he does that, right? Because you wouldn't try that today, because somebody would throw a rock at you and say, that sounds really awful. Like, don't sing it that way.
Just
he kind of
sing
like
it straight, right?
Yeah. He like adds all these kind of inflections to it. And today somebody would say, no, don't do that. But he did it. And that's kind of, for me, kind of a marker of, you know, the 70s and that time. That people were a lot more kind of adventurous and bold, and they just did what they wanted, you know? And that's why I like a lot of these records, because it's all over these records. That idea, right? Let's just try it and see what happens. Let's do it anyway. It was a do it anyway kind of thing, you know?
This kind of blew me away. So the Joker came out before this. And when I look at the album cover for this, I'm thinking like this was like his very first album.
Dude,
but this was album, what, 9?
9. This is his 9th record. He had a live album somewhere before this too. This is album number 9 for Steve Miller. He started in 68. Wow. Yeah. So again, we've talked about this in previous episodes. You don't get that kind of, you know, time now to blossom and flourish and hone your craft, right? It's like
you do. It's got to be on your own dime, and
totally
that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it could, but yeah, just not like backed, not like label backed for sure.
Album number 9. Imagine. So the thing is, though, like the Joker came out, and he had a couple of other singles previous to this. Like, he just kind of, he was staying above water, right? Somebody saw something in him where they were like, okay, you know, he's getting better. And then this album came out and just like, you know, blew everyone away. And then, Book of Dreams came out and did the same thing. So this was like clearly his like watershed moment as an artist.
Dance, Dance, Dance is another, like, where did this come from? I didn't see this one coming.
This sounds like John Denver to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
absolutely.
It's like,
yeah.
It's
brave, man.
But it's kind of cool because it's endearing, right? He says, like, he's talking about his grandmother, and she sang some too. Like, it's just like down home goodness.
Oh yeah.
You know?
It's great.
It's awesome.
I love it. I love it, man. It's tickled my little country bone that I got. It's great. I was like, man, like, is this Steve Miller? Like, did he come out? Like, but I will say it's a little Joker-ish. Like, if you think about this and you think about the way the Joker is, like, it's got some similarities.
Totally.
So it's not, I guess, totally foreign that he would be, you know, in venturing into the folky bluegrass world. But this was awesome.
Again, man. These guys are such talented musicians, but they didn't show off. You know, there's little flourishes that you hear, like Take the Money and Run. That drum intro is like so tasteful and so nice. It just sounds so great. And then Miller plays some super great guitar on this record, but he never ever overplays.
And then you bring in something like Mercury Blues, which is like, really, it feels if this song felt really natural. Yeah, this felt like a really natural Steve Miller song. I know it's not his, but it felt like this was him in his element playing something like this.
This song was written in like 1948. It was written in the 40s.
Look at you, 1948 as first recorded Country bluesman Casey Douglas first recorded his best-known song, Mercury Blues, in 1948 as Mercury Boogie.
Yeah. I've always liked the song, like, a lot. It's great. It sounds like ZZ Top at the very beginning.
So good. Oh, yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you think?
Cool. Yeah. They're King of the Blues, right?
Yes. Alan Jackson recorded a version of this much later.
Oh, wow.
And then I think Ford got a hold of it somehow. And there's, what's that, the part in the bridge?
'Cause I'm crazy about a Murphy.
They changed it to, like, gonna buy me a Ford truck, I think.
Crazy about a Ford truck.
Like, just a blatant, like, slap.
Good Lord.
And I was like, it's so disgusting. I hate when that stuff
White men
happens.
coming in to change black men's music. Go figure, eh? Jesus. Back off. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty gross. So,
pretty gross.
yeah.
Yeah, a great song. And you know what? I don't know if you know the brothers Landreth, but there's a guy named Joey Landreth.
Yeah.
He's an awesome Canadian guitar player. He takes a lot of inspiration from people like Little Feat as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this song really reminds me of, like, vocally throughout this, I get a lot of, like, now that I hear it,
Yeah.
and I hear Joey Landreth, I'm like, oh man, Joey Landreth really reminds me of Steve Miller. And I mean no disrespect to you on that, Joey. You sound great, but not that you're probably ever watching this. But when I heard this, I was like, man, this is like.
Tell me what can I do? You're the only one, yeah.
Like, this sounds like Joey Landreth. I was like, man, Joey Landreth sounds like Steve Miller. Like, this, like, that is fantastic.
Cool when you make
because
those
the guy is
connections.
and he's a hell of a guitar player as well. So if you're listening, go check out Canadian musician Joey Landreth. He's got a whole Little Feat cover album that just sounds
Oh, really? Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, I'll send it to you. So
Yeah. Cool.
great song, Mercury Blues.
So that's side one. Side two, I believe, starts with Take the Money and Run.
Woo, woo.
Right? So fun. And that clap.
Hold on, just as we start side two, I'm just gonna pour me another drink.
There you go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to join you.
Nice.
It's
There's a new bottle
intermission
of basil.
time, folks.
Intermission.
I'm low on ice.
We need a new intermission. We need an intermission graphic. Gotta bring
We
that up
do.
with a
We
little bit
should.
of-
Like
little bit of
I
music.
said, in a couple of shows ago, I was talking about, like, when you used to go to the movie theater, and they had like a popcorn with legs and eyes and arms and a candy bar, and they were all, like, running towards the concession stand, right?
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
It was like, those
got it.
goofy 50s things. Like, it was
Totally.
just one of those things. I don't know.
I think about Grease. I might have poured a little too much. I don't know.
Oh, good Lord.
Did I? Oops.
That's a Thursday night pour.
I was gonna say we're gonna hang around for a bit after this one. Oh, Basil, you're too good to me. Take the money and run.
I love Steve Miller did not like when people sampled this. And a lot of rappers apparently reached out to him for his permission to use this in, like, samplings, right? And he would always say no. But then Run DMC said, let us try to put it into a song so that you can actually hear it and demonstrate, like, just kind of don't let the stigma, make your decision for you. Listen to it and see if you like it. And so he was like, I think I'm going to hate it. And they said, no, come on, let's try it. And Everlast, I think, was singing on this too, with Run DMC. And so they did it, and they let him listen to it. And he said, actually, you're right. I'm going to let you use it because I think it's cool.
Come on, take money and run.
Yeah, for, like, the first time, because so many other rappers, I think, had reached out to him, and he said no, like, unequivocally, I don't want you to use it. But this was the first time that he granted access.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's I just love this song. Like, it's so.
I'm glad to hear you say that because I was kind of like, I know, like, this song. I know this song, but it's still a great song.
Mm-hmm.
It's still awesome. Like, that drum beat at the beginning is.
Tasteful.
Like, I want to play that, right? It's when you hear something and you hear a drum that's smooth and it just sounds perfect.
Oh yeah, you know.
Oh yeah, I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it here, but I tried. So, it's awesome. It's cool. It's a great song. It's a great story. A little Bonnie and Clyde here too. It's awesome.
And that little, right? It's a story about whatever Bobby Joe and Tommy Sue or whatever it is, but you can hear that like they do that. Friends made that popular. I mean, that little clapping thing, right?
Cool little ditty about Billy Joe and Bobby Sue, or
yes.
It's going out stealing money, getting caught. No, not getting caught. Never get caught.
No, never get caught.
It's awesome. Never got caught at the end.
That's right.
Cool. Rocking Me.
Love.
Yeah.
The snare drum.
Love.
The snare drum fills in this.
This is it was a great song. Like one you want to try and sing. Like that's the other thing. His voice is up there, right? You can try and sing like Steve Miller? No way. Good luck.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I said earlier that it was smooth, right? It's kind of velvety, but he can get up there too.
Yeah, this is an example of that. This song, he gets up high, and I mean he stays there. He doesn't go much higher than this, but still, well done, done, Steve.
The beginning of the song apparently is an homage to "All Right Now" by Free.
Like
it is
pretty
on purpose.
Yeah, but on purpose.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the lifting. Right? When you say this is an homage.
It's an homage.
It's different
I'm
from
not stealing.
I stole it.
Yeah. That's right. So maybe Billy Squire's 2 Days Gone was just an homage to Judas Priest.
Oh, that was full
Living
theft.
After Midnight.
I don't. That might have been a coincidence. Watching that show back, I thought, and it was cool that you put those two together. People don't know this, but like the work that you put into the show after we record, like you put in all of those things.
Yeah.
And so I heard them together, and I thought, close, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, see, the kind of crazy thing is, it was like the beginning part is, I was walking. He talks about walking down the street, grooving, whereas it's not too far off either, though, in the form for Living After Midnight. It's kind of like the same idea. Walking down the street just the other day, grooving, and then what is Living After Midnight? It was like,
I hit the city around 1 a.m. and I in the original episode I said rolling. I don't know why I did that, because I've been listening to the bloody song since I was goddamn 12. It's loaded, not rolling.
Yeah, loaded. Yeah.
Loaded. So
they're doing the same kind of thing, walking around doing something.
That's right.
Anyways, we don't have to dig too much further into it, but lift or so cool. So All Right Now by who is it? Free. Yeah. So what did they feel? Do you know what they felt? How they felt about it? Were they like, it's all good?
Yeah,
it's all good, Steve?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think Steve Miller. I think he was very well respected in the music industry. I think that people would look very favorably upon him. So I don't think anybody would kind of call him out. Joe Satriani, speaking of which, was a huge fan of this record. Do you know who?
Oh yeah,
yeah. This is one of his favorite albums, and he would play with Steve Miller after on something, I can't remember what it was, but he joined him to do some of these greatest hits.
So You Send Me is another another cover tune. Was it a Sam Cooke tune?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There's a weird bit in the first verse. I don't know why this is in here. Did you listen? You can hear a guy talking. You know who that is?
No.
It's from a Cheech and Chong movie. You can hear someone say, no, seriously, it's either like Cheech Marin or Tommy Chong, one of the guys from Cheech and Chong, saying, come on, don't be nervous. Like, for some reason, Steve Miller took that out of the Cheech and Chong movie and overlaid it into this song.
Weird.
You can clearly hear it. You heard it, right? You heard that.
Yeah.
I've
you
always,
can, yeah.
it's just so bizarre. I don't know why you would do that.
So it wasn't like just like the producer of the album was watching Cheech and Chong in the background and it like kind of happened to seep its way into the recording.
It was deliberately put in there for God knows what reason. Space rock.
Space rock. Hey man, these guys could do whatever they want. I love it. I love the song. I haven't listened to the original. I got to go listen to the original, but this is great.
Yeah,
great
love
song
it too. What's next? Blue Odyssey.
Blue Odyssey, another one of those kind of interesting interludes that is just kind of cool.
I love. I actually Steve Miller, for some reason, I don't know why. He does this so well. Like the space intro fits the song. Like it kind of like positions you in a way to receive the song that's about to come. And Blue Odyssey is the same. And not a lot of people would have the guts to do that twice on one record. This Blue Odyssey is like 53 seconds long. It's not a minute long. It just comes in and it's like you're wondering what's going to happen, and then it's done. And then Sweet Marie comes on. But it's see again though, Alex, like the 70s, like people just did stuff, right? Let's do it anyway. Let's just do it anyway. And they did.
Not to say people aren't just doing it, but it's the fact that they're doing it on major labels, like the big guy, like just like doing it and it being accepted and
there were no
through with it.
There's no rigidity back then. It was no like we have to do it this way and it's got to be in a box and it's got to be this. They just said let's just do it, man, and they did it.
Yeah,
it's a treasure.
Yeah, and he does it too. He does it with Book of Dreams, like Threshold kicks off the album. Before getting to Jet Airliner, and again,
totally
gets into that perfectly.
Yeah,
so
and it works.
It's cool.
I love it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, Sweet Marie's nice.
Love.
Yeah, bringing in the harp here, great.
It's like one of the songs you listen to on your like front porch when you're in your 70s. It's sort of this
scorching hot
little, like harmonica. It's just so chill, right? I love this song.
Yeah. I got nothing else other than this is great. I loved it. I love just listening to this album, man. I put it on a ton.
Yeah,
put it on a ton to listen to all these songs through.
Yeah, and the window to finish. So that I think it's that ARP thing again. That's that synthesizer he's using with that weird intro. Almost sounds like a Black Sabbath song from Sabbath Bloody Sabbath era. Like it's kind of funky, but ominous,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. You almost think it's Black Sabbath before he comes in.
Well, the opening is like what song is that?
That's Midnight Rider by.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Go back and listen to the synth. Yeah. Because it's different. It goes ba-na-now, now, 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 ba-na-now, now, 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 ba-na-now, now, now, now. But the part that I caught was like, kind of Midnight Rider-ish. It's just one line, but that's all.
Wow.
Just in the intro. It's cool, though.
Didn't pick it up. Wow. You're all over it lately.
Well, it's not much, but yeah. What do you know about this? Do you know much about this tune? I don't know. It's just
No, not really. It's just... I don't know. Yeah. It wasn't really. It's a deep cut. I like it.
Okay.
I don't know a lot of. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the song actually.
Yeah. Again, vocals at times too. He does like really weird, like kind of like vocal trills that are like, just like anybody else. He's like, just hold it.
Yeah.
Don't. That's the weird thing with your voice. Stop it.
Yeah.
This is
cool. You do it anyway. Don't care.
Yeah.
Love that about Steve Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big tunes. 4.5.
4.5.
4.5 on this one. 4.5. It's close to a 5. Wild Mountain Honey just throws it off a little bit.
Totally fair. Fair. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Fly Like an Eagle came out in 1976. His next record was called Book of Dreams. Came out in 1977, the next year. Now, those two records were actually, the songs for all those records were recorded at the same time. Okay. But instead of releasing a double album, they released two records. So my recommendation is to go through what is, really the second part of this album, which is Book of Dreams. So let's do that next week.
Great.
It'll be kind of fun, right? And there's great, totally. Like Jungle Love's on there, Jet Airliner. There's like tons of songs that you would know, but also again, like great deep cuts.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And there's good stories too.
All right, let's keep on the Steve Miller train, man. I'm into it.
Done.
And then we'll do the greatest hits after.
Yeah, we'll go through his psychedelic rock back catalog of his first 8 albums.
Perfect. Can't wait. Sweet, man.
All right.
Sweet. The Steve Miller Band. Look at this.
Yes.
This is dad rock. Is this called is this dad rock?
This is definitely dad rock. I'm embracing it. Yeah.
Dude, I've been listening to Point of Entry by Judas Priest.
Good for you.
What an album.
Right?
Man, that like I know we talked a little bit about it, but dude, there are so many good songs on that album.
Yes. They all are, really.
I don't.
Yeah.
Sorry?
They all are. I think there's maybe one clunker. But see, they got ripped for that record.
I don't get it.
Well, they were purported to be a sellout. I don't see it. They're like hot rocking, heading out to the highway.
Oh yeah,
I love that record, man.
Even Desert Plains. Don't go Desert Plains, Solar Angel. Like there's
yes.
Yeah, like melodies and great riffs through the whole album. Like he just so good.
I love Judas Priest.
It's actually interesting. Somebody had mentioned on the Judas Priest Reddit. They're like, how come Turbo never got like the attention that it deserved? And people are like, no.
That was like the blood in the water, and all the sharks just went.
Yeah, everybody was like the one guy was just trying to be like, I feel like it's underrated. I feel like it never got like the attention that it deserved. People were like, no, like this is Judas Priest going 80s or whatever. Like it just did full 80s, and it didn't work.
Oh, God, yeah.
So that's why it's not underappreciated. It's just. Anyways, cool, great. There we go. Sorry, everybody. Awesome, man. So we're back with Book of Dreams next week.
That's right. And then Turbo after that.
The Turbo. No, we're kidding. We're kidding. Come back. No, we're kidding.
Don't run away.
Don't go. Don't run away. Don't go. Don't go in the morning. All right. Cheers. Night, everybody.